you might be searching right now for the best CRM for your business, and you probably run into the usual names, right? As you can see here, we have Google recommended Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoho CRM, Monday.com, Pipedrive. And while they're all solid platforms, they come with a steep learning curve, right? Crazy learning curve, actually. Tons of hidden costs, and they're really built for big teams, right? Big corporations, not everyday entrepreneurs and small business owners like you and I, trying to grow lean and smart. So before we get into it, my name is Joshua Diaz. I'm a high-level expert and consultant. I've helped over 300 businesses launch and scale, from brand new startups to companies doing 10 million plus a year. I personally make myself $10,000 a month right now with my service-based business, straight here from my house, from my home office. And here's the thing, that number right there doesn't include $1 from my digital products, right? From my info courses, programs, not like other people out there in the online space today. I don't just make my money teaching this stuff, right? I actually do it. So in this video, I'll walk you through the CRM I rely on daily, and really, what I recommend today, why it works for me, and how it saves me, time, energy, and money every single week, and how you can start using it too, even if you're brand new, even if you have an established business. Honestly, if you have less than 100 employees, I think this is the best of the best, and that's where we're gonna get started today, right? So let's get to it. Number one, as you can see here, we do have the usual, right? Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoho, Pipedrive, Monday. And honestly, I have dabbled in every single one of these guys. And the problem that I see with most of these CRMs is that they're built for big companies, right? Like I said, not for everyday business owners and entrepreneurs. They get super expensive really fast. Most of them, actually, almost every single, I think all of them actually on this list, they do this per user pricing, which I think is, ridiculous in today's age. And they have a bunch of extra add-ons that you're going to pay for. And even if you just have a contact list, right? Let's say you have 10,000 contacts, they're going to charge you for that, right? They might bring you in first with a very low, plan when you have 100 contacts or less than 1,000 contacts. But what happens when you start scaling, when you start, capturing more leads, and now you have a list of 10,000 people and they're charging you an arm and a leg just to keep the list inside the software, which I find ridiculous. So that's super, bad. They get really expensive really fast. And as you can see here, I put it, this one doesn't even show you the pricing, but I found out it's like, a few, like $15, I think, a month per user. And it can get way more expensive after that. Monday, you're talking about the basic plan here is $9 a month per user. And that, gives you, limited viewers, whatever that is. I think this is just the work management side. If you look at the CRM side, it's $12 a month starting per user, and you're limited to that stuff. You probably can't even build funnels in here. And then it's just more add-ons and more add-ons. HubSpot, probably the best contender, to be honest, out of all of these guys. I know really good businesses run right now inside HubSpot, but still, you're talking about $15 a month per seat per user. And here it is. Only 1,000 marketing contacts included, right? Only 2,000 marketing contacts included. What if you have 10,000, right? What's the price then? So that's kind of like you start understanding, oh man, this can get pretty expensive really fast once you start, going into, per user, per contact list. It gets crazy, right? Zoho also, I just had one client of mine use Zoho because they have a lot of data, right? And they wanted to configure the data correctly inside Zoho, but they're just having a really tough time now because they're 100% dependent on me, learning Zoho, doing stuff for Zoho. And I always told them, now we're kind of switching over to this other CRM now, just to keep it simple for them. But even then, it's an arm and a leg, right? You're talking about $40 here or $15 per user. And that doesn't include any SMS, right? There's a lot of more solutions they have, but it's all add-ons. So that's that. So over here, the biggest thing that I see is they're confusing as hell. And especially if you've never used a CRM or software before for business, it could lead to the worst thing that can happen, which is you as a business owner, especially in the very beginning, you want to know your software. You want to know You don't want to be dependent on anybody at the end of the day. Now, delegation is 100% effective and recommended, but in the very beginning, if you delegate everything to a tech guy, you're going to be dependent on that person. What happens if they leave? What happens if they can't work on your system that day? What happens if there's something really bad happening in your business where you have to either stop everything or stop the email or send out a text blast right away, and you're just dependent on somebody and nothing happens, right? So if you're not tech savvy, these platforms will slow you down because you're going to be calling someone, hiring someone to basically dependent on them. And it's not going to speed up anything in your business, right? It's going to slow you down at the end of the day. So knowing that, what do I recommend, right? What do I recommend instead? And that's the big mystery today, right? Because as you can see here, you go on Google, and these people have enough money to make sure they're here when you're searching this up, right? Best CRM for my business, best software. You're going to see them time and again because they're putting all their money in their marketing budget to be here to rank number one. So you think, hey, these people are the best in the business when they're really not. So here's what I recommend. It's the same software that I use, same software that I've helped over 300 people with, and that is High Level. And back in the day, High Level was nowhere near where it is today. It actually used to be called Go High Level. And here's what it is. High Level is I believe, and kind of this is what their marketing play too, is they're the all-in-one marketing software to capture, nurture, and close leads into customers for you on one system. So you get unlimited funnels, unlimited calendars, unlimited booking systems, email, SMS, pipelines, automations, unlimited users, right? Unlimited contacts, everything built for growth, all under one place, all under one login. And that's really what made them so attractive to the market today. And they are the fastest growing tech company, I believe, because of just how affordable it is, number one, how beginner friendly for small businesses and entrepreneurs they are. And in reality, compared to every single one out there, they're 10 times more easier to learn because of the way they structured it, right? And like I said, I personally use Salesforce, Zoho, and HubSpot, and GHL is by far the most intuitive in the sense that by the way, this doesn't mean you're not going to be overwhelmed. The software has everything, right? So you do have to break down step by step. But compared to every other software out there, I do believe it is the best. It's the easiest to get in, get your feet wet, understand, hey, this is how the calendars work. This is how the funnels work. This is how the pipelines work. It's very, very step by step, very simple. It's going to take time to learn. You're going to need to be in the software, use the software, reach out to people that know about the software to learn a little bit more. But it is 100% more doable than any other software I listed above. And the one thing that I love the most is the no nickel and diming, right? So you only pay extra for SMS and email. And the best thing about this is that it's only on usage. So if you don't use SMS and email, you're not getting charged a single penny more, right? So if you have a list of 100,000 people, right, that you want to hold, but you don't send anything to them, guess what? You're not going to get charged anything extra for that. And it's very, very affordable when it comes to email and SMS sending. So as you can see here, 1,000 emails is 68 cents, basically free, right? 1,000 emails sent out from your system, 68 cents. Text messages. This is actually the only thing that in any software is expensive, honestly. Other people will charge you, per contact list, per amount of sends. Here, you only get charged usage, like I said. And here they charge per segment, basically. So it's not per every text, because if you send out a one-liner, text, that's a one segment. But if you send out, let's say, a paragraph or an essay through text, that is a lot more in the system, or more segments, so it's going to cost different, right? So the size of your text matters when it comes to SMS sending inside High Level. And what they do is they break it down within these things called segments. I'll actually, I'm going to list or link the two forms that I use over here so you can see the actual pricing but it's still very, very affordable. For example, I just gave you one right here. So this is one that I send out through my system, right? So as you can see here, this text right here is a 2-segment text. That's 2-segment long, and they charge 0.0079 per segment. So this is going to cost me this one text. If I send this text to you today, it's going to cost me basically 1 cent, 1.5 cents, basically. And if I send out 1,000 of this message, right, 1,000 text out today, it will cost me about $15.80. So as you can see here, it gives you, right, a good view of what costs look like when it comes to emails and phone numbers. And I think over here in the phone number, the local number, so if you buy a number inside High Level, which you need to basically send out text, you get charged $1.15 a month to use that phone number, which is amazing. And then you can use it for phone calls, for inbound, outbound calls, and then also for text. So there it is. And if you want toll-free numbers, a little bit more, $2.15, but super, super affordable and very easy to set up and use. Okay. So there it is. Let's go back over here. All right. So the biggest thing here that I want you to make sure you understand is you're in control of your cost, right? After that monthly subscription that they charge, you're in control. If you don't use it, you're not going to get charged for it. Unlike other platforms like the ones above that force you into these crazy pricing tiers as you scale. More and more, it's going to cost more and more. So check this out. Now let's go over my top tips before you start your High Level account. Now, inside High Level in this, in this space, you're going to also see High Level accounts or softwares out there that are white labeled. Okay. That means someone is paying to white label High Level for their business, and they just rebrand it. They put another name to it, and they customize it a little bit. They add their own templates in there, and then they sell High Level as their own software. What I believe is you do not want to start with a sub account and under someone else's white label inside High Level, right? I have my own agency account, right, where I white label High Level myself, but I recommend not to join my High Level. Why? Because it's not meant for growth, right? If you have a really good white label person, like agency, like me, I push my people to get out of my white label, right? Most people do not want that because they want to keep the revenue for themselves. A white label person or a white label agency, if they charge you $100 a month, they're keeping the 100 and they're just paying High Level one-time licensing fee. So they don't want you to leave. But in my case, what is the best for business owners, for people like you? Well, start your own white label, an agency account, right? Even if you have one location. And like that, you pay the regular $97 a month straight to High Level, but that is your system. Nobody else. If you're under another white label, they are your support team. They are the admins of that account, right? Almost like the owner of your business. So, don't do it. I don't recommend it. Long term, you're never going to be under someone's white label. That's just what I believe, especially if you start scaling. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to get the support you really need, and just go to High Level directly themselves. I'm going to show you how to do that today. Number 2, learn the platform, right? Don't depend, like I said, don't depend on someone else to run your backend, right? Now, that doesn't mean you don't ever delegate, right? I have people that pay me, thousands of dollars just to look into their systems, just to, be there as a second eye and kind of, and optimize and improve their systems within inside the High Level account. But ultimately, in the very beginning at least, do not depend on someone else to run your backend, right? To run your system for you. Because what happens there is, you're number one, you have to pay somebody to, work on your business. And number 2, when something goes wrong on that person, something's wrong with that person. Either they leave, they get sick, or they're just not doing their good work, then you're only dependent on them, right? And as a business owner, you can't do that, right? That's why I always recommend at least learn the basics so you can defend yourself. So you can say, hey, this is not right, or hey, we can do this better. Sometimes you need to do that. And also the last thing I would recommend is ask questions, get help, right? Watch videos like mine. I'm going to be doing this YouTube channel mainly on tutorials, how to use high level. Like, I'm going to do a full-on series very, very soon, starting this week, to actually build another business, another service-based business from scratch, from 0 to 10,000, exactly how I did it once using high level. I also have another community. I have a school group called GHL Mastery. Very powerful. If you want to plug in there, you have access to me, other high-level experts, and people that are using high level. But definitely go on YouTube. You can do it for free, or join a community, or find someone that's an expert that you relate to, that you can ask questions and you can actually, get help, right? Keep on improving, keep on learning and learning and learning. So now let's go to the next section. How much is Go High Level, right? I'm going to break down the basics and I'm going to break down the most important things here. Number one, they're very, very simple. Okay. It's $97 a month for the full software. That's everything you need. And here's something very cool. So like I said, if you have one business, this works perfectly for you. But now they did this thing where you can actually build out 3 sub-accounts within the same subscription. So let's say you have a body shop and you have 3 locations. You can run all 3 locations, completely separate CRMs, completely separate team members, completely separate funnels, landing page, and everything, as like 3 separate business entities, all under that one subscription of $97 a month. How cool is that? And then finally, you have the one tier up, which is the agency, right? So let's say you have a marketing agency where you want to, create sub accounts for your clients, right? Where you can manage every person's account individually. You can do this where you have unlimited sub accounts, right? So almost imagine you can have one account that has unlimited businesses under it, where you can jump in, manage it, do whatever you're doing in regards to either, let's say, website design, or let's say ad management or CRM management, whatever it is. You can have unlimited clients under that one account, which is the agency account, at $297 a month. And then finally, these are for the resellers or people that want to white label the actual software altogether. You're selling high level as your own software, right? You're basically paying high level $500 a month to, one second. Yeah, so you're basically paying a high level once a month, $500 a month, to rebrand it, right? Put your own logo, put your own name, and then sell it as your own. And you can mark it up, right? That's what most people do, where instead of $97 a month, you're charging $150. You're adding your own templates in there, maybe redesigning it a little bit. But honestly, it's the same software. They might just have it like more pre-built for you, and then they'll charge you more every single month, or you can be the person to do that and do that same thing. But that is the high level cost. And I'm also going to link these 2 forms here, right? That's the LC, or the lead connector. That's the phone system or messaging system inside high level. This is the phone number cost, right? So $1.15 if you're doing a local number. Toll free is $2.15 a month. And then here is the per segment cost for outbound and inbound messages. And then finally, over here, you have the email system messaging, right? Where it shows you, okay, this is how much the charge for per email is going to be, without the markup or with the markup. And by the way, so if you are the agency, basically the SaaS plan, right? You can rebill your clients, right, for whatever emails they send out, and you can mark up that too as well. So that's why I always say, try to stay away from the white labels, because they can mark it up however they want, right? So instead of 1,000 emails costing you 68 cents, the white label can say, 1,000 emails on our plan is going to cost you $1.20, right? So double the cost. And same thing, they can mark up the text messages. But if you always go through high level directly, which is I'm going to show you now, you're going to get the cost, not the markup if you join a white label. All right, so that's the plans. That's the cost. Now let me show you guys a crazy deal that they just rolled out today, June 9th, and it's only going to be available for the next 7 days. All right, check it out. So here is the summer saving deal that High Level just came out with. So hopefully, luckily, you guys see this video soon. But As you can see here, we have 6 days, 14 hours left to unlock this 50% off deal. Usually high level never really does this, to be honest with you. So it's super cool. I love the way they kind of broke down the 3 packages that I talked to you about. So the $97 plan, $297, and the $497. Like I said, 95% of you guys are going to be here. Basically unlimited users, limited contacts, 3 sub accounts, built-in split testing for funnels and emails, SMS, emails, the whole 9, right? And the coolest thing ever, you can get it for $48.50 a month for the first 3 months. And then, of course, if you're an agency owner, here it is, $297 divided by like 2. It's crazy. $148 a month. And then if you're SaaS, right, if you want to resell this thing, which most of you, this is going to be very, very, a small portion of you guys. Mainly everybody's going to be here. And this right here, $48 a month is just unbeatable. So hopefully you guys take advantage. Go over here, click here for the 50% off. Fill it in your sign up and save, and then you'll be good to go. Now remember, I said I was going to make this an amazing deal. So we are also going to do something special. If you do take action on this summer savings plan, right? This is my affiliate link, so I'm going to know who signs up from this video. It's no additional cost to you guys, so you guys will get the $48.50 a month. And if you do take action today, I want to do something special for you. So I do have, I run my service-based business, but I also have my, coaching, consulting, and also my info products. And inside my info products, I have this guy right here, which is the GHL Starter Kit. This GHL Starter Kit is basically the all-in-one kind of like the best starter kit that you can have for a brand new high-level account. I have there, funnel templates for you, like a lead funnel, a course and sales funnel, a high-ticket booking funnel. I have a little automation starter pack for you, so you have pre-built automations already. Basically, a complete snapshot where you can literally plug and play all my templates right away. And I also have, over 10 click-by-click video trainings showing you the software itself, so you're not a complete newbie in that sense. And I also, as you can see here, I have my AI Copywriting Crash Course. This is basically, if you ever want to learn how to write copy for any funnel, any landing page, anything, it kind of literally walks you step by step. I give you my prompts that I use today to basically write all my copy for all my funnels, no matter what you do. So, it's about, if you're going to go buy it right now, it's $54 for these 2. I'm going to give you all that for free when you sign up today with that summer promo. Okay. So if you sign up today with the link that I have right below this video, you're going to get the starter kit, right? Pre-built automations, funnels, calendars, and the full training for free. And I'm also going to send you over the AI Copywriting Crash Course to write your emails, ads, sales pages using AI. All the links are in the description down below. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, or shoot me a message directly, on my school community, GHL Mastery. And hey, if this video helped you, subscribe for more real tutorials, automations, and behind the scenes content, as I'm going to build a brand new service-based business using High Level 2 from scratch. And that is it. So talk soon. Enjoy the software, and we will kick it from there.